Terrific. G'day, folks. As usual, give me a thumbs up if you can see the screen and see the title. Yep, fantastic. So big topic today, but one, talking to a few people in this group and some of my clients, is something that we probably should be revisiting. Time's short and there's a lot I'm going to throw at you. So if you've got questions, hold them for the end. But as usual, everything is useful to do. For those of you who don't know me, that's me. Really just up there to let you know I've been around the block a few times and that you can trust pretty much my expertise and some credibility. 30 plus years as a C-suite executive in Southeast Asia and here in Australia in a dozen different industries. I'm a business continuity planning expert, and I've been running my own business, coaching, consulting, mentoring business for the last 12 years, and I've created more than a few things. And I'm also operating at the moment as the Chief Operating Officer for here at The Connected World. Most business owners have a life like this. They've got business and they try and fit their life around the outside of it. But quite frankly, that's wrong. What we should be doing is your business should be the vehicle that supports and provides the lifestyle that you want, or as good a lifestyle as you can possibly put together for yourself and the people that matter most to you. So really what we should be having is a life that looks like this. We have our life and our business fits around the outside of it. To do this, you really need to set up what's called a results cascade. Results cascade's built like this. You need to understand your personal and professional goals. You then need to be looking at those in terms of a 3-year outcome. You then need to make sure that your business goals for the same time periods actually work to support your professional and personal goals. You need to put together some key performance indicators for each business and driver. So you really need to sort of understand, how do I know if my business is working well? Am I doing the right thing with sales? Is marketing returning things? That's what a KPI means. And then, of course, you can break that down into yearly, monthly, weekly plans. Sounds quite a lot to do, and it is and it isn't. It just depends how you approach it. There's a thing I do with my clients called a non-negotiable results declaration, and it forms 2 parts. The first part is your personal and professional declaration, and the second part is your business. When you put one of these together, you use future tense. So it's a psychological trick. It works very well on your subconscious mind because your subconscious doesn't understand time, past, present, future. There's just the moment. So what you do is you use future tense and you talk about I am, I have, not I will or I want, right? You're detailed as possible. You try and put in some emotions and some numbers, and you try and be bold with it. Really what you're answering is this question: what is it I want out of life? Is it money? Is it more time with family? Is it a better lifestyle? Is it freedom from the drudgery of what I'm doing now? It doesn't matter whether you're a corporate captive or whether you're running your own business. Sometimes we can feel trapped by the needs to provide income to look after our families, but we're actually doing something that really doesn't give us a great deal of joy ourselves. Maybe you're after personal growth. Maybe you'd like to rediscover the romance of travel or take some real adventures. Maybe you'd like some time for your friends. Maybe you'd like to live in a mansion or have a garage full of luxury cars. Maybe it's about having an impact or leaving a legacy. You know, maybe what you want out of your life, the mark you want to leave on this world, maybe it's all of these things and more. You start off by doing this non-negotiable results declaration. And in that, you put things like, where do you live? What time of day do you stop work? How many vacation days are you taking? Who are you working for? Yourself, the same employer, something else? Do you have a job title? How many employees do you have if you want to build that up? How much money do you have socked away? How's your health? Do you have kids? How many of their activities are you attending? You have a significant other, how many date nights are you having with them? You know, what goals have you set for yourself? What are your greatest passions and talents? You know, how do you want others to describe you in 3 years? So you end up with something that looks a bit like this. And part of this is mine, but a lot of it isn't. It's an example only. Remember, future tense. The year is 2026, and I'm taking 4 weeks off on holidays as a block. I also have 7 long weekends away with my life partner and go to the theatre or a concert once a month. I stop work daily at 5 p.m. on Monday to Thursday. I don't work Fridays. I'm taking ballroom dancing lessons and undertaking a monthly personal development challenge. I attend 75% of my children's activities and events. My life partner and I have 4 date nights a month. To support these objectives, I've hired a management team who allow me to professionally grow in my actual role of being the business-owning CEO who thinks strategically rather than remaining the task-focused, tactical-orientated person I was 3 years ago. I've also become certified in ABC, XYZ, and I regularly speak at industry events. So this is forward casting where you want to be. Now, it wouldn't be 2026, it'd be 2027, but this is the idea. There's a mix there of personal, professional goals and outcomes, things you want to see in your life. But in order to get that happening, you've got to sort this first, right? As I say to people, we should all live a larger life, a profitable life, but profit means more than money. But money's the thing you've got to get sorted first, because that's how we pay our way in society. So you need to craft your business goals. So now you've got your personal, professional goals and what you want to be living and achieving in 3 years' time. You then need to look at your business goals and craft them in such a way that they will support your personal and professional outcomes. So here's some questions. How many employees does your company have? In my case, it'll be me and 2 VAs. That's it. How much revenue does your company have? How much profit is your company making? How many products or services do you offer? And what are they? How large is your management team? Do you hold any debt? Have you raised funds by selling equity? And if so, how much do you still own? What's your market share in the primary industry that you serve? In addition to the above, in what other ways has your company changed over the last 3 years? And again, remember, you're writing this as if you are already living 3 years ahead of today. If only 3 of your answers above could be realized, what 3 would you choose? What challenges have you overcome the last 3 years? How much cash or operating capital do you have? Have you sold your company? If so, how much? I did this exercise with someone 2 years ago, and after 18 months, they'd actually sold their business and done a pivot to something else. And what's the 1 BHAG? This is a thing from a guy called Welsh, who used to be the CEO back in the glory days of General Electric. And he used to say, every company needs a big, hairy, audacious goal. So what's your BHAG for your business beyond 3 years? That could be net worth, etc. So here's an example of what a business non-negotiable results declaration looks like. The year's 2026, and I'm loving the way my business is growing. I have hired a management team allowing me to professionally grow into my actual role of being a business-owning CEO who thinks strategically rather than remaining the task-focused, tactical-orientated person I was 3 years ago. I've become certified in XYZ, and I regularly speak at industry events. My business activities are generating $2 million in revenue and annual growth rates of 8%. The business has 12 employees, 200 grand cash in hand, and I'm well positioned to grow the business either through acquisition of a competitor or expansion of locations and services. Sounds grandiose, but you'll notice that what I've put there supports the previous one in terms of personal and professional desired outcomes. The thing to understand, though, is it all starts with you. Now, everyone from the founder or the CEO or the owner of the business down has to put themselves in line with the business objectives in order to make the business run smoothly. There's no sense if you have staff, if you as the owner have one idea of goals and objectives, but your staff have different ones. A good business owner who's got staff, it makes the staff very, very clear on the business's objectives. The old vision, mission, values thing is very, very smart. Vision, that's where the business is going. Mission, that's the roadmap. That's how we're going to get there. And values are the fuel that drives the business. Here are the values that you want to see in your business. And if people don't meet those values, they will probably, A, be able to be gotten rid of, but secondly, they will self-select and leave if they don't share your values. But if you do the vision, mission, value thing, if you make sure everyone's aligned behind where you want the business to go, you create a culture. Remember, an employee is someone who does just enough so they keep their job. You don't want employees, you want a tribe. A tribe is a group of people who are committed to achieving the vision for the business and will work hard to do it. That's what you want rather than just an employee. People talk about work-life balance. I hate the term because that presupposes it's 50-50. It's not true. There's work and there's life, and they need to be integrated because you put your energy where it's needed the most at the time. If you've got financial issues, you've got to put a lot of your energy into building your business and getting dollars through the door. If your business is set up, if it's systemized properly, if you've worked with someone like me and been able to put it onto cruise control, then you know you've got more time for life outside of work and doing the things that you want to do. The key thing to remember is this, right? People say money is the root of all evil. In fact, the quote is, the desire for money is the root of all evil. People tend to subconsciously take on this money is evil BS. Remember, money equals choice. The more money you've got, the more choices you can make. Underlying that is you have to ask yourself a simple question. How much is enough? How much is enough money for me to live the life I want to live? How many date nights are enough? How much overseas travel is enough? How many toys do I need in the garage, etc.? But the key one is, how much money is enough for me to have the choices that enables me to live the life I want me and the people who matter most to me live? And the answer to that question will change depending on your stage of life. If you're in your mid-20s, how much you need is very different from someone who's 35 with 2 kids going through schools, different for someone who's 40 who's maybe looking at paying for someone's university education, is different from someone in their 50s who's an empty nester. But it's a question you've got to understand, because money, whether we like it or not, is the thing that enables us to live. So look, you can do a process like I've just spoken about, or you can just continue doing this, fighting fires, having a piecemeal approach to your business and hoping if you slap things together, it's going to come together for you. Or you can get a little bit smarter and you can create systems. You can take back some control of your time. Those of you who've heard me speak before know I talk about 5x5 selfies and a whole lot of productivity stuff, which I'll probably start talking about again in some coming weeks. The thing is, don't stick your head in the sand. Understand that you've got the ability to affect your life and to turn your business into the vehicle that will enable you and your loved ones to live as good a life as you can possibly afford. So always there's 2 options. You can do it the fast way or the slow way. You can take action. You can take lots of action. But one thing I'll say to all of you is, whether you believe it or not, you've got this. You've got the ability to do this and to create the life that you want and the lifestyle you want for you and your family. If you need some help, here's the advertising part, which I normally don't do, but I mentioned before a silver bullet session. It's 45 minutes where I will walk you through 1 or 2 minor issues. It's not for huge life coaching or anything, but if you've got something that's niggling with your business or something you don't know what to do, I'll help you in 45 minutes get it clear. I'll put a link in the chat box after this. So look, thank you for listening. I'd love to have a chat with you, whether it's a silver bullet one or not, but please take this on board. Your business should be designed to support the lifestyle outcomes you want for you and your loved ones. And if you're not doing that in your business, then you are not living a life, you're just existing. Thank you.
Excellent. Thanks very much, Geoff. Does anybody have any